excited.
It's time for Two Guys and a Goalie with Dustin Nielson, Matt Kassian, and the goalie, Joaquin Gage.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Two Guys and a Goalie as our day continues here at the Devon Boston Pizza. We are out here for 5 days of pizza for Ben and the Ben Stelter Foundation from today until Saturday. So he's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. $5 from every large pizza will go to the Ben Stelter Foundation. Then as the pizzas get smaller down to like a kid's pizza, $1 will go to the Ben Stelter Foundation. And also a portion of all pizza sales will go to the Ben Stelter Foundation at basically any Boston pizza for the majority of the province. So swing on by here today in Devon. We just want to be out here today, create awareness for this. Benny's parents are going to hop on the Reed Wilkins show a little bit later on today as well. Two Guys and a Goalie is abroad, and they're going to bring pizza out to us here, Gager.
What?
Yeah. I said I will take the Meteor, and my friend Joaquin is kind of a foodie, so you can pretty much bring him whatever, right? Because you don't. Is there anything you don't like?
Yeah.
Like what though? I've never heard you be like, "Oh, I don't like that."
Well, there's some things that I won't like. It might be a pizza that I don't like, but
I thought you like all foods.
I'll try all foods.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Have you ever,
I know.
Gager? What's the
up,
weird?
Cass?
I was gonna say, what's the weirdest thing you've tried, Gager?
Well, the weird things I usually like though, but I would guess, like, I mean, if I would love, like, it would be hilarious taking Dusty for dim sum, right?
That's not weird though. That's good.
Exactly. I think that, but there are things that you would like, Dusty, like the pork, the steamed pork dumplings, and
See, that sounds okay.
yeah, but and some rice, like the rice that comes in the big huge leaf, like the pork fried rice. It's impossible not to like that stuff because it tastes good.
I don't know if I'd say it's impossible.
Well, you might not, but I mean, you'd probably have you heading for the hills if you saw me eat like chicken's feet, right? Like
That's a thing.
but I like chicken's feet. I don't mind them.
That sounds gross.
You
Really gross.
see, it's funny because it's my wife and I. We had this conversation the other day. It's because you see it with little kids, right? Where it's like, but sometimes it's foods like they're gonna like. You're like, I know you're gonna like this, but you're fighting me on even trying a bite, like thinking you're not gonna like this. But it's like, I know this is really good, and I know you're gonna enjoy it. And then usually they try it, and then it's funny because my oldest daughter, and she's better. Like she will still try it. Like if we tell her like, hey, you're gonna like it, try it. Like she'll at least try it. But then she's always like trying not to smile at us, like with a sheepish smile. Sheepish. I can't say that word. Sheepish. I can't say that word. Like with this, like just the trying to hide her smile sort of thing. It's like that with old movies too. We made her watch Blank Check the other day. I don't know if you remember that one, Dusty. Classic '90s movie. Oh, I don't even know the name of any of the actors.
They get a blank check? Is that
it's a kid gets a blank check for $1 million and like blows into it. Yeah, it's a great movie.
I don't remember that.
But they just they don't know that it's good for them and that they like it. So
Are these the mic levels, Dusty?
No, your mic levels there. What do we got?
It just said that our mics are low compared to Cass's.
Oh, that might be Trev might have to bring Cass down a little bit, maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
Ours are, well, we'll leave it up to Trev.
Yeah, well, you guys, I had to turn my speaker up. I thought you guys were a little quiet on my end too.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's what is the Meteor Pizza? I don't even know which one that is.
It's what they call the meat lovers out here.
Oh, I thought it was from the meteor in space.
Sausage ham, ground beef.
There you go.
Yeah, it's also been sent to us from another celestial being. Right? Isn't that what it is? Yeah. No, it's awesome, man. The sausage on it is incredible. So I'm looking forward to Looking forward to getting my hands on that. Not gonna lie, pretty excited for it. But you, Cass, you described Tammy and me sometimes. Try this. You think you like it? No, I won't try it. I won't try it. My mom just used to make scalloped potatoes.
Oh, you didn't
Simple
like
as that.
those?
No, I would gag. Like they'd try to make me eat them, and I would literally be sitting at the table like, whoa.
Those are delicious.
I mean, I still don't eat them much, but I think I probably was overreacting as a child.
Yeah, you probably were.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get to. I mean, obviously, we're going to spend a lot of time on the Oilers here, but you went by Trev's house, eh?
Yeah,
a pop-in.
Well, I had a big group
This
meeting.
was yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the morning with a company, and to do their group plan, and then I had another meeting with a sweet lady, but she's at a vintage where the computer's not her friend. And so I go over there to help her with things.
Oh, that's nice.
But she lives over by Trev. And so I had some time to kill. I gave Trev a call, and he was wailing on the pecs, and I waited for a bit. He showed up, and I don't think he wanted me to come in his house at first. Like, he made sure he met me on the outside, and then we kind of meandered in, and I said, "Let's go in." And we went down the stairs, and Dusty, you ever see Silence of the Lambs?
I was
hello, Clarice.
You remember Buffalo? Remember when Clarice goes and sees Buffalo Bill in his place for the first time? Remember, it wasn't the cleanest place. There was dishes everywhere, butterflies flying around. There wasn't butterflies, but there were some dishes. And so he offered me a drink. I was a little bit scared of that because I thought if I did have a drink, it wouldn't be long before Trev starts saying, like, it puts the lotion in the bucket. It puts the lotion in the bucket. So, but it was good. I was hanging out with Trev. I won't say I had a pretty good time. He was pretty funny for the first bit. He couldn't believe someone had actually showed up at his house.
He was just in heaven today.
I just like, you know what? You gotta clean this place up a bit. I almost felt like I had to clean the place. That's how it was. But you know, it's not a bad little spot. He's got a real nice kitchen's huge. I could do some damage in that kitchen.
Really?
Except there's no table.
What do you mean no
Such
table?
a guy thing.
There's no place to eat. Like he cooks and then goes to the couch.
I mean, I would do that too if it was just my place.
But I would have a little table to sit at just to do that. But other than that, it's a bachelor's pad. It's fine. It's not Tommy's like showroom suite where at least you've seen Trev actually do something in the kitchen. I've been to Tommy's place numerous times. I don't think that oven's ever been turned on.
Probably not. Probably not.
His mom just makes him everything. Just brings him.
Yeah, he gets it in frozen containers and he heats them up. Where do you come out on the random pop-in from somebody in 2025, Cass?
I'm all over it. I love it. Like I
love it, eh?
Oh yeah.
I hate it.
Really?
That's but that was like
having
me,
people over in general.
For me, growing up, that was like a staple. My brothers weren't the same, but it's like I had buddies who would just show up randomly at my house all the time. Like it was just kind of, they just would, and my parents were great with it. So they ate my dinner on more than one occasion, whereas like I was at the rink still or something. So this was like year 14, 15. So I'd like be at the rink.
They'd pop over and eat your dinner?
Eat my dinner. And then I'd get home and it'd be like, where's dinner? And my mom would be like, Adam ate it. And I would be like, Adam's not even here. She's like, yeah, he showed up, he ate dinner, and then he had to go. And I'm like, so where's my dinner? And she's like, there's something in the freezer. Like, so I just kind of grew up with that revolving door where it's just like, people were just over all the time. So I don't know. I'm a fan of it. Like obviously, so this is what I tell. We got some good friends. One of my wife's best friend. She's got a couple best friends. I'll call kind of. She sees them on a similar plane, but her best friend Danielle. So the girls call her Auntie Danielle Tiger. That's her nickname. But I tell her because she's eaten a lot of dinners at our house. I'm like, Danielle, you're welcome at any time, except a few times. So I put a little bit of boundaries. I'm like, you're almost always welcome. So I don't know. I'm a fan of the random pop-in. I like it. I think it's great.
Got a bunch of text messages on bachelor pads and over in the chat here as well. Where's this guy? Big Dog 8820 on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, hammer the thumbs up. It's Two Guys A Goalie, brought to you by GS Construction. I can't trash YouTube Trev. I didn't get bed sheets until my wife moved in.
Well, he's got 2 bedrooms, which is surprising.
That's nice
right?
too, yeah.
So it's nice. I think the staging area, I think, is how Trev mentioned it.
My most bachelor pad-ish thing of all time was when I moved up to High Prairie, and all I had was like a Ford Taurus to take things in.
Yeah.
And my dad and my grandpa take me up to High Prairie, and I had nothing, no furniture, anything. I just had clothes and a computer. And I ended up, sounds weird, but I got like this really sort of nice 1-bedroom basement suite, like in High Prairie, new floors, like really hardwood floors. I was like, this is the fanciest place I've ever lived. And then my dad goes, we go to like, there's like a old home hardware in High Prairie, found a plastic like outdoor lawn table.
Yeah.
And an air mattress.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like I had this beautiful apartment. I had a plastic lawn chair table type of thing for my computer with one of those chairs, like a plastic chair, and then an air mattress. And that was like, that's all I had. The living room had just the computer in it. There's no furniture. There's no TV. There was nothing. And then the worst part is that like after being there for like 3 weeks, popped a hole in the air mattress, and I'd have to fill it up before I go to bed. And when I'd wake up, I'd be on the floor every single night for 3.5 months. Finally, I got a job somewhere else after 3.5 months, and I moved, and I left the table, and I left the air mattress behind.
Well, I mean, it's Travis's place. Let's just say it's good when he does his above average show. Yeah, once in a while he should turn the camera around so you can see it, because it's like there's one big pile of stuff in the kitchen, which was really funny. But I mean, downstairs he's got the I told him, because he bought a barbecue that's still in the box, so he's got to get that thing built and have a little soiree over at his place.
He said, he goes, I'd love if you guys all came over. Kevin Van Dalsen said, we had a crash pad in Lethbridge where I lived with 4 guys, rented it for basically the weekends. Table, 4 chairs, and a bunch of sleeping bags. We'd stay there on Friday and Saturday nights. That's a good one too.
The one thing that because his couch, it's a love seat. So I walked in and
that's what he
I thought,
said,
well, where are we gonna? I was thinking where I was gonna sit, and it would be really awkward if we were both sitting on that thing. Like it was smaller. It was smaller like this.
I love boys.
We would have really been saddled up, and like it's not a good because there's no way you're sleeping on that. Like it. Yeah, you'd look like Buddy the Elf in his bed on that thing.
I do like the idea of just you and Trev sitting on his love seat. You're like, hey man, so how are things?
It's like Dumb and Dumber in the hot tub.
Yeah,
and he actually he was going to throw in a bath bomb for us, but
that would have been nice.
That we just
you were working middle of the day, right? So that's that's good stuff. All right, well, I guess we have to talk about this hockey game. The Edmonton Oilers last night, safe to say, not getting the job done against the Buffalo Sabres. Cass, let's start with you. I asked this of Jamie McLennan on the Nielsen show this morning. What was the most concerning thing for you coming out of that game last night?
The amount of high danger chances given up and the low amount of high danger chances generated, both ends of the rink. It wasn't like
more than double in favor of
wasn't like a goalie stole it, and it wasn't like your goalie lost it. Like this was just straight up bad news, Bears. Just bad hockey.
Just didn't deserve anything better.
Nope.
Right? That was it. You got exactly what you deserved.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. They I mean, Buffalo was good though. You gotta tip your hat to the Sabres a little bit. They were feistier. They got in on the forecheck. They took advantage of what the Oilers gave them. Man, that's how basically they were. Oh man, I like what Noodles said though this morning, Dusty, when he mentioned. And if you hadn't heard it, it'd be a good idea to go back. But he talked about Stanley Cup Finals, talking to Seth Jones afterwards, and how for the first 6 weeks it was video every day.
He pointed that out. It's the second time I heard that story.
To figure out how to play Florida Panthers hockey, and he did mention something that I kind of goes, I don't know what style of play they do in their own zone. Like it's like, okay, get out there and try to defend this. There's no communication. there doesn't seem to be any sort of real structure at any point. If for Oilers forwards, again, if it looks like the D are getting the puck, they're gone. They're out of the zone,
Yeah, that support. I know people are bitching about their ability to move it out, but
and that was an issue last year around this time. There was no close support. They didn't even have the option to give a 6 to 8 foot pass because everyone was out of the zone already. So there's a lot of work to do. The communication is not there at all either. Like they had a Wallman and Nurse. They had a rough night last night, but I think it was the fourth goal, right? When the Buffalo player got the puck off the draw, like you lose the battle there. Wallman loses the battle, and then there's no communication between him and Nurse of what's going on.
Who's picking him up on the other side?
And Nurse just says, "Go up, I got my guy," and Wallman's kind of coming back, and the ability to walk out basically into the slot and rip one with a guy battling in front and losing the battle to gain the ice to screen the goalie. That's a picture perfect. Like I posted the picture and said it that shows the defensive structure of the Edmonton Oilers up to this point. They're just allowing way too much.
Cass, what is the defensive structure of the Edmonton Oilers right now?
The defensive structure hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. Like it's not any really different than it has been the last couple of years. Like it's the exact same. It's not a man-on-man. It's still a zone-based layered defense. The same as almost every other team, a majority of teams playing the league. It's just their execution of it. And not even their execution of the defensive zone. Because really, like, I would say the last couple of years, they've struggled way less in zone and way more against the rush, typically. Now, last game against Buffalo, they really struggled in zone. That's where the mistakes were made. In zone, under pressure, they caved and made mistakes. But most of it, for me, all stems from their inability, as you already mentioned, Dusty, like and Gager, their inability to transition the puck cleanly to the forwards with any kind of speed. That's that, because even from just spending time in their own zone, it's like they get the puck, they turn the puck over. They get the puck, they get out, they don't generate anything off the rush, and it's just coming right back at them with speed, and all of a sudden you're always scrambling. You're always behind the player, always just trying to play catch up and trying to play defense, and you just are never able to move the puck cleanly. So, again, the system hasn't changed. Now, communication is a big part of that. Like that was as you mentioned, that's a breakdown in communication on that play. Who's taking who's going, right? Like use your voices on that individual play. But as a whole, I mean, guys, they just don't move the puck well right now. That's the issue. And it's just forcing them to play way too much time in their own zone.
How much of that is, and Gager mentioned it, Cass, and I like you to chime in, how much like you guys both said communication, right? How much of what we're seeing hampering them right now, Cass, comes from just lack of communication, or is it like a lack of knowledge of where you're supposed to be, etc.?
I mean, what do you mean by lack of knowledge? Like you should have.
Well, if they had some turnover on this team, right? So
yeah, I mean,
are they not being where they're supposed to be at that moment? I guess is what I'm saying.
This isn't game 5 of the season.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like
that was game 21, so you should know. So the knowledge should be there. So it's not from a lack of knowledge. They know where they're supposed to be. Lack of execution, lack of verbally communicating, lack of decisiveness and decision, or too much indecision. The word that Tommy brought up that I used years ago when they were struggling, and it is a great word, so we'll use it again here, is a lack of intentionality. No one taking control and just saying, hey, this is where I am going to, or not everybody on the ice doing that, because to a certain extent you have to have everyone, right? Everyone has to take initiative to be like, no, I know where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to go where I'm supposed to be. And actually,
oh, we lost Cass.
Dusty, I would say, like, how would you? Oh,
there he is.
Go again.
No, we got you, Cass. You were just,
you did something weird
there.
Yeah.
I mean, when I watched the game, the Oilers, to me, after this 21 games, to sum up their play is kind of, I would say, just enough. They always do. It seems like they're all just enough, and that's what they've done, is create a blueprint for every other team they play against. Is if we do a little bit more, we're going to have success, because they're not going past that level. They're not the commitment to battle, to win battles. I won't say they won't engage, but how many defensive battles are pucks that are won by the other team, especially in their own zone on the wall? Like, it's the Oilers usually are so much better at that, and there's a much bigger commitment level to that side of the game. It seems like they're, well, I'll just go in there and just do enough so it's not too bad. Like, again, I go back to that fourth goal, Darnell Nurse. Oh, I'll just stay here with my guys so it looks like I'm doing something.
Yeah,
it's just enough, instead of recognizing the play. Okay, Wallman lost the battle. What's happening? He's going behind the net. I got him.
You pick him up. Wallman
comes in front, right? The center, the low center should be looking around and communicating, right? I didn't like the actual just enough from Stuart Skinner to try to get himself. Maybe you couldn't find the shot, but get in a good position where it might hit you.
On the fourth one,
you're going to be screened. The guy's coming out on his forehand. You know that there's going to be a shot. Get yourself in a position where hopefully it hits you. There's got to be a little bit more, like you said, intentionality and goaltending there, Cass, right?
I'll ask this question, and then we can talk about, what we'd be worried about. But Cass, is it time to start to get a little bit worried about this team? And we can determine what the worried is. Like, I don't think you're worried about them being a playoff team, even though as of right now they're not. But, I mean, are you worried about them being a Stanley Cup contender? I'd have a hard time finding a world where people would view them as that right now. So, Cass, are you starting to get worried / concerned about what we're seeing from this team?
Yeah, concerned, yes. Worried, not yet. Worry comes in when it's like, are they going to make the playoffs? Now, concern, the more they play like this, the closer they get to playoffs, then yes, I will get more and more concerned about, are they actually going to be able to do any kind of damage in the playoffs? Are they actually going to be able to win a Stanley Cup? Does this team have the ability to play enough good games in a row that they can win a series? Because they can't win over 2 games in a row right now. And they're struggling to win 2 games in a row. So concerned, yeah, absolutely. A lot of concern at this point with how they've played and the quality of play that we've seen. Am I worried? Not yet. And I had even went as far yesterday. Like, I thought after the last couple games and kind of seeing how they played the last couple games, heading to this one, I was like, with Hyman back, he had a crash and bang game. The other day, gets his 11 hits. Team looked, they weren't perfect that game. They let up a little bit in the second period, but it's like they look good enough where I was like, okay, hey, maybe this is it. Maybe we're back. And Carolina is a tough team to play against. And I was like, okay, maybe this is the moment. This game last night against Buffalo is an opportunity for them to take that step that we've been waiting for all year, and it just fell completely flat. So I'm not ready to say I'm worried because they're still I'm still just kind of sitting and waiting for it. But the concern does grow in little bits and pieces on the back end. And we'll talk, as you said, in a minute about, I think, why that is and what I'm most concerned about maybe. But I'd like to hear the same thing from Gager. Like, Gager, have you crossed into that worry zone yet? Or is it just concern, or are you just kind of like, whatever, they'll be fine?
No, because I do think that this team, there's too much experience and too many good hockey players to not figure it out, right? By figure it out, I mean what it's going to take for this new team to be successful, right? And like you, Cass, I think they're close. Maybe not. Thanks, Dusty. I don't think they're as close as right now. There's still a ways to go for them to get to that level, but the one thing I do worry about, and I've tried this year. My motto for this year is just game to game. I want to see, what type of team it is game to game on that progression to be able to do something. But what I worry about is how long it's going to take from where they are now to where they have to be successful, and then put in that effort to win hockey games. Are they going to get to, say a month from now? So, the end of December, and all of a sudden they find themselves, well, we gotta go nuts here. We gotta win go on a big streak to get back in this thing. And what that toll is going to take on, let's face it, they're not the youngest team anymore. And they're going to have to claw tooth and nail. And I think it's good to go into the playoffs playing that type of hockey. But are they going to, after so much hockey that they've played, are they going to have enough at that point of the season after having to do something spectacular to get into the playoffs? That's when I worry that tank is not going to be as full in years past to go through 4 rounds and get back to where they were.
Well, you're already playing those guys 25 minutes a night in McDavid and Draisaitl.
That's the thing.
But last night, tell me this story, Cass. Tell me this. Like, if there's a game where you can start rolling guys and maybe sitting some guys, what was the need to play Hyman, Draisaitl, and McDavid together
10 minutes
the rest of that game? That made absolutely no sense to me. You're down by 4. There's no, like, everyone on the hockey planet knew Oilers weren't coming back in that game. Why can't you start distributing some minutes and maybe seeing maybe there is something else there instead of going, oh, this isn't working, let's go Oppenheimer.
Boys, I swear to God, if Thompson didn't score, I think they're going to leave McDavid and Draisaitl out there for the final 4 minutes. They'd already been out there for 2 minutes, right? Like, if the net's empty, I was just like, I think he's just going to leave them out there. But when I saw them go together last night to that, I was like, oh man, here we go. Like, this is Buffalo.
My group text?
It was a great group text. Yeah, like
I got a picture of what's his name, from the movie Oppenheimer, but it was because that's Nobla. He is Oppenheimer. He's built. It's always building the atom bomb. A couple minutes in.
Still haven't finished Oppenheimer, but I think I know how.
You know
ends.
what? Yeah.
Anyway, Cash, your thoughts on going back to those guys again, right?
Yeah,
and then on top of it, I mean, that really hasn't even worked that well this year.
No, it hasn't. I mean, it just brings up all those questions of, okay, well, how much will there be in the tank? Like Gager was talking about at the end of the year, if you get there,
exactly.
if you're riding those guys this much and you're not getting results. It's different if it's working every night.
Yeah.
If you're winning every game, it's different. You're not winning every game.
But it's not working. It's not working. So why is that always the
I don't know.
Default?
Well, it's the default because it's the easy choice, right? It's like, it's tempting. Right, it's too tempting, apparently, for every single coach that always does it. And who knows, the players might, like McDavid and Draisaitl, might push for it too. Like, I mean, they could have input into that as well. So I don't know on that. I do have a question though. I mean, to jump back around, because I think there's something more here I want to hear from both of you, and I think it's an interesting discussion. And it's two sides to a coin. On the discussion of, okay, when do you that worry and concern, like when do you actually get worried? So both sides of this, one being, what would it take for you to actually be worried? Like, what's it going to take? What are you going to have to see to actually be like, oh, I am actually genuinely worried about this team on one side? And on the flip side, what's it going to take for you to say, I'm very, very comfortable with this team and how it's put together and how they're playing? So two sides to it. Like, what's it going to take for you to be like, yeah, they're back? Like, what's their back barometer, and what's the I just am crapping my pants right now barometer for both of you guys?
Gosh, I mean, it would have to be some sort of a winning streak for me, Cass, and a significant one at this point to say that they're back. Because saying the Edmonton Oilers are back, that means they look like the Colorado Avalanche a few weeks ago, and they're dominating teams, right? If they're not showing up, I'm worried if let's say if the ice time distribution doesn't change over the next month, I will be very worried, because you cannot be successful running those two guys that much. There's going to be nothing with the Olympics coming, all this other, like the condensed schedule. There is going to be nothing left. Coach Nobla has to find a way to distribute minutes.
I don't see that changing though, Gager.
Well, no, he won't. He definitely won't. And it brings an important thing that Cass, you just said are the inmates running the asylum here? Are they having input to how they want to play? Because I don't know. Maybe it's just me, But when they're split up and, it could be things are going well, but when they get back together, you could see they're like little kids in a candy store. They seem to be happy and they're taught like it's 5-1 and they're meeting at the face-off dot, right? And trying to discuss a play. I'm like, just go drop the puck and do it. Like, come on, you guys, stop it. That was ridiculous.
So what you're saying is it's like, if you're in elementary school and your teacher let you pick where to sit and you're going to sit next to your best friend, you might have the most fun, but you may not be the most productive.
I used to love when you get to see who you
I always got moved from my best friends because I talked too much.
Yeah. I was a big time talk too much guy in school too. Ed, and I remember the one side story. I was in physics, one of those sciences in grade 12, and I had some pretty smart friends, and I was like a smart kid too. Yeah. But I was at a table. I sat at a table with like the 3 smartest dudes in like. Yeah. And I was sitting there, and I'm sitting at the table. I'm like, I can't think at the level that these guys are thinking. And I talked so much that I don't know if one of them eventually was like, okay, can you move him over to another table? I was like, come on, guys, like this, because we were in groups together, right? And I was just milking these 95s at the good table, and then I got moved to the table with an idiot. But whatever you're gonna talk about there. It's like to me, the conversation about being worried is, oh no, they're not going to make the playoffs, right? Like, I still think they're going to make the playoffs. The conversation would be, they might not make the playoffs. Now you get worried. Mm-hmm. What if they're 10 points out of a playoff spot January 1st?
Well, they could probably trade Roslovic and get something good for him.
Nobody, the way the NHL is nowadays, is going to be tough to be 10 points out because literally every game's going to overtime and everybody's getting points all over the place. But to me, I see that. I'd kind of be like, okay, maybe I am a little bit worried. And as far as thinking that they're back, I mean, string together 3 straight regulation time victories. They only have 4 all year so far. Like, put together a winning streak where you are comfortable. I'm not even a big winning streak. Like, put together 3 games where you win it in the 60 minutes. And they haven't done that all season. 3 games.
Yeah.
So,
like, the mark of good teams, right? You always say is you never put together streaks and you never lose more than 2 in a row, right? And the Oilers have been like that. They've won 3, lost 1, won 2, won 5. So and that's where you gain ground in the standings. But I mean, guys, 21 games in, and I'm still asking the question before each game is, I wonder which teams are going to show up here.
But Tommy,
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Tommy asked me, at the end of the Will Stream post-game show yesterday, and he's like, so what do we see on Wednesday? And I felt like it was such a stupid answer because I was just like, I don't know. Like, I didn't have anything. I'm like, I can't tell you. And then people are ripping me, like, what is this analysis? I'm like, well, you analyze it. Like, I can't.
Nobody knows. It's impossible.
Idea with this team right now. And that's the one of the difficult things is like, we don't have any idea. And we all know they're capable of, or potentially capable of popping off on a 15-game win streak, 16-game win streak, right? Like, so they can do that stuff possibly, but we just don't know what we're going to get on a night-to-night basis.
It is Two Guys and Goalie, presented to you by GS Construction. They are hiring now. We're out at the Devon Boston Pizza today, launching 5 days of pizza for Ben Stelter Foundation. I got you a meteor there, Gager.
It's great.
Yeah, no, it's delicious, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so a $5 pizza from any Boston Pizza location, $5. We're talking eat in, order out, delivery. $5 from a large are going to go directly to the Ben Stelter Foundation, and then a little bit less for a medium, a little bit less for a small. $1 for a kid's pizza will also go. So a good week to get pizza from Boston Pizza. That's why we're out here today. EST Afternoons is coming up. Reed Wilkins show from 3 until 6 today. They're going to have some Oilers tickets to the Oilers and Stars game to give away. So we'll have that for you from 3 to 6 here on TuneIn and iHeart. Let's get to some conversations on YouTube and on the text line. Luke in Cowtown says maybe that's Knobloch's plan. Run dry and McDavid so hard they don't have the energy to go to the Olympics, and they turn their teams down for rest to take another run at the cup. Can you imagine McDavid being like, nope, I'm not going to play for Canada in the Olympics. I need the rest to go on a cup run. No chance of that happening.
No chance.
Nope.
Dudley texts in. We'll get to Dudley's text in just a second. We'll get to it now. With the Edmonton Oilers being habitual slow starters, are any of you concerned about them coming back after a 20-day Olympic break and starting slow, especially with the record they have so far?
They're notoriously really bad after a break, right? And that'll be the push if things go this way. This is a bad year for the Olympics for this team.
It kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let's get to a few more. Penner's Pancake says this team went 2-9-1, and then 3 months later went on a 16-game winning streak. So who really knows? And Mike over on the chat there says, "Do you see them going on a 16-game winning streak this year?" I think our consensus response to that would probably be no. I don't see this group winning 16 in a row.
Well, they were able to feast on some real bottom feeders, but now you look who's a bottom feeder, especially
Flames.
Yeah, but
San
still,
Jose.
it's hard. It'll be hard to beat them.
Yeah.
I think like the Flames still play hard. At least they can't score, but they do play hard. San Jose is interesting to me. I mean, they've got Macklin Celebrini is one of the best players in the league. They're turning the corner too, right? So, and Anaheim is a completely different team. So, where are these games that they're going to pick up just on, maybe they don't have to play a full 60. This team's shown that they can't play. Well, I shouldn't say that because there's been games when they've just played 40 minutes and won, but
yeah, but how many times has Cass gone on a post game or you or Belsey and been like, that was a great 60-minute effort? Right? Like, Cass, how often does that happen?
Oh, I guess
It's
the
happened
Vancouver
once.
game.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
The
only
Vancouver game?
One time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah. And Vancouver, they sucked that game, right? So that was good. I mean, you still have to take advantage, but like the whole, when are they going to turn the corner? Like you would think after the beatdown of the Colorado Avalanche that they would turn things around, and then they come back against the Canadiens, and you'd think that would turn things a little bit. The game against the Carolina Hurricanes, like there's no better example of falling back on good goaltending and not having another team dominate you for 30 minutes and somehow coming back into that game and getting 2 points, although it's in overtime. But you'd think that would be a turning point. But no, you just pull just a complete, utter stinker with absolutely no pushback, no emotion. That's troubling after you think how you build things up to have success. Like Naba must be banging his head against the wall right now on what to do in Washington.
Okay, so let's talk about him for a second. We had people today texting him being like, when does the coach have to be worried about his job? And I was just like, I don't think we're at that point yet. But Cass, how much of everything that we've discussed today around this team, can you hang at the feet of the head coach?
Certainly some of it, not all of it, some of it.
Yeah.
We can blame him for playing McDavid and Draisaitl too much and going to that nuclear option.
Yeah, I mean, we are complaining about that quite a bit, and that's his call, or maybe
that's his call. We can blame him for not sitting guys and sending stronger messages that way. It's the challenging part about blaming coaches is it's really hard to do if we're not sitting in the room. Outside of that, there's the things we can see, player usage, for example, that we can and will blame him for, but we can't see what he's saying in the room. We can't see what he's asking them to do, telling them to do, and if they're just not doing it, well, then the blame has to a certain extent, shift to the players. But then we also have to keep it on the coach because then it's like, well, then the coach is not enforcing his will in a way that's making the players execute or play how he's asking them to. So there's a good chunk of it. Before anyone gets out of hand, because we saw it in the post-game show, you're not firing Knobloch. He's not going to get fired.
Yeah.
That's not about to happen. So stop it. Just stop saying it and stop thinking it. It's not going to happen. If you guys had to pick a percentage what would you like? What percentage blame, Gager? We'll start with you. What percentage blame would you put at the feet of Knobloch with how this team is playing?
I mean, it's tough because I would put a lot of blame if they were a younger team, I guess. But these guys have there's a lot of experience in that room. If it was a number, you have to put some because there's the slow starts to this team. It's mind numbing. 70 on the players, 30 on the coach is how I'd put it right now. Because they haven't been ready in most games. Most games, you can count on your hand how many times this is going to be a good game. Like they are in it. And I don't like how he's distributing the ice time. It's you're not going to have success doing this later on in the season. And there's always this accountability because it was successful, I think, for a little bit anyway, with Darnell Nurse and Evan Bouchard. But it might be time, like to sit one of the big dogs. Like if that's Nuge, that's Connor, that's Leon. You can
you imagine?
Well, like Leon fired up. He tried to make 2 80-foot passes last night. Like one was from behind his own goal line. Like, come on, man. There's 2 guys open on each side, and he's trying to hit these home runs. And it came back, and there were good chances against. So I was like, what are you doing? Like your team's struggling. You're trying to find footing. Easy plays and jump. Like what's wrong with a give and go instead of you're trying to send a breakaway pass through 5 guys? It didn't make sense.
All right, let's get to some more comments here. Big Dave, and you can text us if you're listening on TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, or even if you're watching on YouTube. You don't want to chime in the chat, you just want to text us, or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You're listening, 780-218-9999. Big Dave texts in and says, Buffalo is definitely a bottom feeder, and they just demolished the Oilers. But it only happens because the leaders of the Oil let it happen. The players don't hold each other accountable or set a great example, and until they do that, they'll just limp along until they sort it out. Jason Leduc says, maybe someone needs to tell them that they can't win enough games to make the playoffs on aura alone. So that's good. A different Jason texts in and says, I can't believe we're at the point about blaming Knobloch, but it is warranted. Okay, so, depending on who you talk to and what you read prior to the season or what you were listening to, you might have heard a theory that the Oilers' blue line was one of the best in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about coaching. Yeah, I think Cass just went
I don't know why
black. I don't know.
He always does that. He's there.
Is he? I hear him. Yeah, well, let's we'll get Cass. There we go. Cass will come back. Trev will throw him back up. Gager, how much? And Noodles mentioned something today that I had heard as well. Like Paul Coffey was not a big all right, let's break down all this video.
Yeah.
He was like, talk to you, mentally motivator. Yeah. So how much do you think they miss that presence?
Well, obviously a bit.
Has to be like some sort of level.
Something. I mean, there's something about a Stanley Cup, a Hall of Famer standing behind you and telling you what to do, right? He's got automatic buckets load of street cred in what comes out of his mouth, right? And Koff is the way he talks too it's infectious. Like he can say the right thing at the right time because essentially his hockey processor is a lot better than most on the planet. Like the way he can see the game and say the right thing. So now, I mean, like Noodles said this morning, he's not in that room. He doesn't know what it's entailed, but it does look like their defensive structure is if they don't know what they're doing. I still think one of the things that cleans up tons of defensive blunders is communication. And it doesn't, the only guy on a consistent basis who seems to be talking out there when is Matthias Ekholm. Like you can almost hear him through the TV at times. And there's new systems, new things, maybe, but it's puzzling because I don't know. Maybe, I mean, Koff's still on the payroll, right? Maybe throw him back there. See what happens.
I was going to say, what if Daryl Cates at some point is like, hey, man, I know you didn't really want to be behind that bench much longer, but.
You guys remember when it was the summer and there was a certain writer that loves analytics that pegged the Oilers defenseman as tier 1 in the NHL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the Athletic.
Yep. And I had them in tier 3 in my own personal thought. I was like, no, this group is tier 3. And they kind of showed that. I still think that's, and to me heading into the season, that was my biggest concern was the defensive core. And they haven't executed well enough. So, I mean, communication or not, systems or not, coffee or not, like these guys are veteran guys. There's no absolute rookies on the Edmonton Oilers defensive group. Now Regula, sure, but he's not to blame here, right? Like, so throw him out.
I didn't like
Everyone
his game
else,
last night, though.
No, it's like but it's not just him, and we can't.
Yeah.
We're not pinning this on him. You're looking at the main guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, nobody is.
Yeah, and you have to find a way to make it better. Or I mean, and maybe that's just letting players have more flex. I don't know. But to me, that's not it. Like it's not like we're watching players have an identity crisis out there where they're trying to be something they're not. They're just not playing well. Like they're just making mistakes. They're just like, it's not like Darnell Nurse. Now he's had one or two mistakes where it's like where he tried to carry the puck too much, do too much. But it's just like, no, hasn't found ways to be physical and engaged as he had in the past. Ekholm may have lost a step here, coming off of injury and coming off of the end of last year, which was a very valid concern heading into the offseason. Bouchard, I mean, confidence maybe, I don't know. He was actually out of the defensemen, he was maybe the best one in Buffalo.
Last night, I would say, that's probably Bouchard.
Yeah, but outside of that, it's like, well, he's struggled mightily with confidence. So it's just, Kulak, who has been rock steady up until this season, like he's struggling a little bit this year, where he's having trouble getting any kind of momentum. Like it's just through and through, their defensive core is struggling. Wallman now too. I mean, he had a good first couple games, and now he's struggling and turning pucks over and finding himself out of position. Like it's just a mess, and it's not systems that are going to fix it.
It's the execution of it.
It's the execution of it.
They just have to play better. That's what you're saying.
That is the bottom line. Is they can't suck, which sounds really, really simple and stupid when you say it out loud, but it's the truth. It's like, don't suck. Hey guys, that'll be the pregame speech. Walk in like, hey guys, like don't suck.
Don't suck.
Just don't suck.
Yeah.
Like go play.
I think
don't
a
suck.
few coaches said that to me. It's motivating.
Listen, you're going to have to stop sucking. Here's a few comments I want to get to. Coach Mike says, I thought Wallman was going to help Nurse, but that pairing has been a disaster so far this year. Waddy in Cloverdale says, I don't react like I'm never going to watch this team again, guy, but I really don't enjoy watching Knobloch go nuclear every game. I want to watch a team where guys have roles and they go to battle for each other. Watching him roll 97 and 29 out all the time reminds me of Will Ferrell coaching and kicking and screaming when he got the ball to the Italians. And that is right. They brought in those two Italian kids, and they were real. But you know what happened in the end? You know how they won a title?
The team.
The Italians moved the ball around a little bit. Like it's a good –
it's so hard for other guys to influence a game, right? And I'm not saying just on the scoreboard. But there's no opportunity.
I mentioned it this morning with Noodles. Let me bring it up. It's the offense when McDavid and or Draisaitl aren't on the ice.
Oh, yikes!
It's so this is when McDavid. This has nothing to do with them together. It's just when neither of them are on the ice.
Yeah.
The goal share so far for the Oilers is 9-4 and 30 against. It's 23%. Last year it was 43. The year before it was 49. In 22-23, it was 55. And the year before that, under Woodcroft, it was 47. It's 23 right now. So they're literally just getting shelled when neither of those guys are on the ice. But I think the best line the Oilers have is Roslovic, Draisaitl, and Podkolzin.
Yeah.
So leave that together. If you got to move some things around with Connor McDavid, you move some things around with Connor McDavid. But the whole loading that group up, man, you don't have – apparently you have nothing else that can move the needle. So –
I like that line. It's a good mixture, right? You have Leon can do both. You have Roslovic who scored a great goal yesterday. And Podkolzin, I loved that he laid the boots to someone. And where was the jump after that too? Like, God, it just seemed
the Buffalo bench seemed pretty fired up.
Yeah, they were fired up. Their guy got pummeled. But I mean, where was the Oilers' response to that? So it was almost like, you know what, you shouldn't have done that. He was smaller than you. Like, come on.
Connor was okay anyway.
Yeah.
Fine,
Yeah. I did like seeing the linesman was in between them. Did you see the ref?
The ref
said, "Let him go."
Yeah.
Good for him.
Great.
That was fun to see. Induced Comics says, drives me nuts too. Save the nuclear for the last 10 minutes of the game. Yeah, but I also don't want to see the nuclear line when you're down by so many that you know you're not coming back anyway. Like let the rest of the team try to grind out of a 3-goal deficit. Like
I was grinding my gears yesterday. Like, what are you doing?
Basically, nobody else was going to play. They were just double shifting them, trying to come back from a 4-1 deficit.
That is poison, absolute team morale poison for a coach to do something like that. That just really shows that you're looking back. This guy doesn't think I can do a damn thing, right? Why am I here? I'm a filler that hopefully I don't get scored on until those two can go out and win the game for us. It's ridiculous.
780-218-9999. Coach Mike says, which pairing is worse, Bush and Nurse or Wallman and Nurse? There you go, Kulak and Nurse. Put them together.
Didn't that work for a while?
I thought it did, but I could be wrong.
What did Wallman say at the beginning of the year? He doesn't want to get moved around? Who says that?
No, I thought he said he'll play the right side, but
he doesn't want to go back.
Leave him on the right side, yeah.
I was going to say that was Trent Frederick in his contract negotiations.
Oh, jeez. I thought when you talked about not moving around, it was Trent Frederick on the ice. He's on pace for 32 goals and 0 assists over his 8-year contract. My God, man. 20 games, 1 goal.
No, maybe he's saving the best for
Cass, what do you do with that? Like,
June.
You got 7 more years of this?
I mean, if he scores 2 in the playoffs right now, it's like a really successful season.
You know what?
I just don't know how that guy wouldn't have accepted a 4-year deal. You know, like
yeah. 3-year deal. Maybe.
Cass, that was a pretty good burn, buddy. That was
sorry, Trent. I hope you're not listening.
I like that. That was a good zinger, buddy. That was good. Penner's Pancake says this is only 21 games into a 656 game contract. Give him some time. I guess, but he does not move very well at all.
No, it's terrible. It is really bad. But
oh well,
I don't know. How much can we still say the high ankle sprain?
Well, that's the thing. No. Cass, how long can a high ankle sprain be an excuse?
Tommy asked that too, and I'm like, no, not after the summer. Like, no. How can that be an excuse? How could
Maybe it was a real high ankle sprain.
Yeah,
like up in his mind.
It was a shin.
Yeah. No. So
I don't know.
No, it's not an excuse.
I'm trying to find it. I'm asking AI, when did Trent Frederick sprain his ankle?
Are we getting up on a year?
He aggravated it April 7th.
Oh, right.
That was aggravated when they got him back in, but
I mean,
so you're like 7 months. You're 7 months from him re-aggravating it. Like, give me a
February
break.
25th. February 25th was when he first sustained it.
Yeah.
So Erik Karlsson
That's 9 months.
was back in that amount of time after severing his Achilles. So do not tell me that this high ankle sprain has anything to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
You go on LTIR for a high ankle sprain that happened almost a year ago.
That was Matt Cook, right?
Yeah.
Karlsson, his skate came in there. Weird.
Yeah, skate came in. Yeah.
All right, that is going to do it for Two Guys in the Goalie. You're sticking around.
Yep.
EST afternoons from 1 until 3. The Reed Wilkins Show from 3 until 6. They'll have some Oilers tickets to give away on the Reed Wilkins Show today from 3 until 6. So turn on autoplay on YouTube. That'll take you right on over to EST afternoons. Are you guys doing highlights and lowlights?
I think we are.
Yeah, you are. Hey.
Yeah.
Duck Dad said it could take an hour. There's no highlights. It's just a low light segment.
Yeah.
Hernan, look at his hands on his hips over there.
He's mad.
I gotta get out of here. This guy he's furious. I can't wait. That's gonna be good. Cass, good chatting with you, buddy. We'll do it again on Thursday. That's gonna do it for Two Guys and a Goalie. For Matt Kassian and Joaquin Gage, I am Dustin Nielsen. Take it easy.